Hey guys, here's a wild adventure into the mysteries of the past. We're diving deep into the history of the Michigan tablets, a collection of ancient artifacts that have been shrouded in controversy for over a century. These artifacts, including inscribed tablets of clay, slate, copper, and stone that were discovered in the late 1800s by a farmer named James Scotford while he was working his field. And since then, the Michigan tablets have been the center of a heated debate. Are they a genuine record of an ancient civilization lost to time, or are they nothing more than a hoax? But before we answer that question, let's go back to the beginning. Imagine you're James Scotford plowing your field on a hot summer's day. You're tired, you've already set 3/4 of a mile of fence, and there's still a few hours before sunset. You draw a taut line in effort to clear the mound between you and the last post, but suddenly your auger hits something hard. You shout for your companion to bring a spade, expecting to find a rock, but to your great surprise, you uncover a large earthen casket. I can imagine Scotford was pretty excited as he rode towards Edmore, Michigan, with the casket filled with strange ancient artifacts. I can just imagine how the townspeople gather around looking at these strange, cool artifacts as Scotford told his story. During the weeks and months that followed, the citizens of Edmore and the surrounding areas opened up more than 500 similar mounds, all covered with dense vegetation. They uncovered hundreds of different relics, including other ancient baked earthen caskets, tablets of clay, slate, sandstone, and copper, all beautifully carved with ancient biblical and historical scenes, writing, and symbols. In one case, a casket was found under the roots of the tree, which by its concentric circles was shown to be about 300 years old, and one of the roots of the trees had grown through the corner of the casket and was coiled up inside the box, but so decayed that it was broken with a touch. Although farmers for years had been finding copper and slate artifacts while clearing and plowing new ground, the activities in the county exploded into excavations throughout Michigan. No man helped to open more mounds in Michigan than the Reverend James Savage, pastor of the Roman Catholic Church of the Most Holy Trinity in Detroit. He described these mounds as follows. On these mounds you may find large and aged trees, oaks, pines, and other varieties. The decayed roots of pines and other trees that grew, thrived, and died on these mounds are there. They contained another peculiarity. There is a stria of coal and ash in each mound. These stria often shows the basin-shaped contour of the interior of the mound when its possessors was laid away to rest. There doesn't appear, as a rule, sufficient charcoal and ash for cremation, only enough for purification in some mounds. However, there is a heavy stria. These prehistoric mounds of Michigan contain caskets, lamps, bowls, pipes, tablets, etc., all made out of clay. Battle axes, knives, spears, daggers, and arrow points, domestic utensils, saws, chisels, spades, etc., and a variety of ornamental wearing apparel. All of the chilled copper stone tablets, medallions, medals, skinning knives, and various implements of strange design. But despite the overwhelming evidence supporting their authenticity, there's still many skeptics who believe that the Michigan tablets are nothing more than a hoax. So let's take a closer look at the arguments against this authenticity. One of the main arguments against the Michigan tablets is that their inscriptions contain a mixture of different writing systems, including ancient Hebrew, Greek, and Egyptian hieroglyphs. Some critics argue that it is unlikely that one culture could have used all these writing systems together. However, supporters of the Michigan tablets point out that the tablets could have been created by a group of people who were well-traveled and had knowledge of multiple writing systems. Another argument against the authenticity of the Michigan tablets is that they haven't been subject to a rigorous scientific testing, such as carbon dating or analysis of the clay and other materials used to create them. However, supporters of the tablets argue that they have been examined by experts in the field and that their authenticity has been verified. Other criticisms include arguments that they contain copper that has been smelted using methods that ancients allegedly did not possess, and that the daughter of one of the main discoverers of numerous relics later attested that her father forged them. a confession she notably didn't make until after both her mother and her father had died. All of these objections should of course be considered, and it's certainly possible that these relics are all forgeries, yet several reasons to consider the possibility that at least some of them might be authentic remain. First, there is a sheer number of the supposed forgeries. One collection alone cataloged 2,700 artifacts. Another collector cataloged between 9,000 and 10,000. The production of such quantities would seem to require a large number of co-conspirators, but most of those who denounce the relics as a hoax pin the scheme on a single individual working perhaps with one other helper. Between 1898 and 1920, many thousands of mounds or graves were opened. The vast majority of them were empty. To quote from a small book published by John A. Russell in 1911, it must not be imagined that every mound opened has been a storehouse of objects of interest. On the contrary, the proportion of productive to non-productive mounds has not been greater than as 1 to 10. Nonetheless, many thousands of ancient relics were found in these numerous tombs or mounds. As time passed and description of relics found in mounds appeared in newspapers, many people throughout the state reported that they also had found similar relics. According to Daniel Soper, I have personal knowledge of more than 3,000 articles that have been found, and if they're fake and were buried to be found, whoever buried them has been a very busy person because they've been found throughout the state by hundreds of different people. Further, as Henrietta Mertz explains in her examination of the relics and the controversy entitled The Mystic Symbol, the scripts on the different artifacts reveal evidence that they were almost all done by different persons. Mertz was a code breaker during World War II and later was trained in the detection of forgery, which is why she was asked to look at the tablets in the 1950s. She explains in her book some of the telltale signs of forgery and why she doesn't believe that the script in the tablet betrays the work of a forger whatsoever. To the contrary, she cites evidence in the markings that they were done by different individuals using a wide variety of different instruments and methods, and portray different schools and styles of writing, even while depicting the same pictogram and letters. Researcher David Allen Dill demonstrates quite convincingly that the Michigan tablets may be real and that their depictions challenge the traditional narrative. He argues that the mainstream academia's refusal to accept these artifacts as authentic may be due to the unwillingness to acknowledge that the ancient world was much more connected than previously thought. Dill also presents that they contain calendar wheels, which indicate a Saturday Sabbath, as was observed prior to the official change to the Sunday Sabbath instituted by the Emperor Constantine in AD 313, as well as astronomical details in one calendar tablet indicating a solar eclipse which can be demonstrated to have been visible in AD 342 from the location where the tablet was found. Both astonishing pieces of evidence which might give debunkers some pause. I wonder, man, would they care to explain how the 19th century hoaxers managed to get those details right in their forgeries? Despite the controversy surrounding the Michigan tablets, their discovery has inspired countless people to explore the mysteries of the past and to search for evidences of ancient civilizations. Whether you believe that the tablets are genuine artifacts or clever forgeries, there's no denying the incredible impact they have had on the world of archaeology and beyond. So what do you think? Are the Michigan tablets a genuine record of an ancient civilization, or are they nothing more than an elaborate hoax? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button. I don't know if YouTube likes it, or if it helps me or not, but I know that I like it. And don't forget to subscribe for some more interesting videos on history, archaeology, and treasure hunting. So with that said, thanks for watching, and that's a wrap.